I was having a dream last night, and in that dream, I was flying through a city floating on water, and in that city, there was a mixture of the virtual and physical. This city, no matter where I looked, was made of pixels big and small. Like every time you look at one of those squares, it's fragmented into smaller squares, fractalizing into deeper versions of itself. I wasn't always me in the dream. There was one moment where I flew in from the sky and possessed the viewpoint of this person. They were fiddling with an app about customizing their room. They didn't seem to want to have the usual walls that separates our space. Neither do they want those window panes that shows an unbroken view of the outside. Instead, they made their walls out of these modules that come together itself, forming a mix between wall and window, kind of like this illusion of the boundaries itself. Soon after, I got a notification indicating a need for assistance, and what I saw was a fish farm, agricultural area. It was a rotational duty system, more of a system of responsibility than work for a wage. Immediately, I was transported back to the sky, tracing a path of pixels. It was also in that moment that I had glimpses of people, living their everyday lives, looking at both the virtual and real at the same time. Upon the agricultural area, which looks to be called a repository, I was in the viewpoint of a person making their way down the corridors. The people working here are mainly newcomers, learning the mechanisms of the city by first sustaining its physical ecosystem. Tanks and pipes were everywhere, and we had to play our part in maintaining this system, the digestive tract of the city. Even on the second floor, I felt that connection to the ocean, as it subsists the plants and fishes. I reached the tank that needed my attention. Again, another notification popped into my view. Festival tomorrow, need help with bugs and commons. Swooped back into the skies, moving past more burnets of contemplation. The dream landed me into a body of an onlooker, watching the construction of the festival's procession. I think I heard conversations discussing where physical and digital objects should go. In here, the duty of responsibility is placed upon the intuition to negotiate between our shared physical and digital space. All of these seen through a virtual layer of iridescence. This place was transformable. The virtual layer was as if I could look at the different futures of how it grows. Hey, what are you thinking about? A voice suddenly asked me. At that moment, I was transported into a familiar corridor of dissolved walls. But this time, it wasn't just a room. It was a space to gather. It made it feel like everyone was more than neighbors. The movie's about to start, the voice says. And as I begin to agree, I could feel myself waking up, and I'm pulled out away from the city, fading into the distance. I look back at that, and I feel that place emphasized the ability to be able to acknowledge and observe the actions done on the individual scale, and the relationship we have to the community and systems around us. I felt like I could call this pixel dream both a place that is mine and also a place that is shared.